Hey guys, just want to give you a quick update on where I think we're headed with Bitcoin here. As you'll notice, I have some kind of Elliott wave links marked out here, and everyone's is different, but I think we're at that level 5 mark and we could be moving to a B, possibly C range. I'm really looking around this 85,000 mark, which I know may seem low now, but if we draw our fib even, so if we go to this high point down to the lowest point here, you'll notice it matches up perfectly with that 0.618. And I believe around mid-January, so we're coming up on that in the next week or so, we'll probably hit that point there. So there's not a lot of buyers or sellers right now on the daily chart at least. That lines up perfectly with the market I'm looking at and this actual trend line, which goes from this point to this point. If it breaks that trend line, we could see it hit this resistance here, possibly around that 0.382 mark that I'm seeing. Is the cycle over yet? No, definitely not. We have a while to go. I believe this is just initial pullback. We did have a huge, almost parabolic pump up here, right? So we're just looking at that pullback now, I believe. I do think over the next, probably until October 25, we're going to hit around this 140 to 170,000 range. So that's the area I'm looking to exit. But right now we're seeing Bitcoin dominance is on an uptrend as well. I'll just pull up so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. But as Bitcoin dominance does go up, which we saw today on January 7th, and Bitcoin price is going down, we're going to see pretty much a bloodbath everywhere else, which is what we're seeing in the alts mainly and meme coins and things like that. However, if we do make a lateral or resistance move, we could still see alts going down as well. Once again, the cycle isn't over yet, so I have saved this from forever ago. I don't even know how many years now, but something to take a look at. I believe you can look this up on Google. It's pretty cool. But this is periods when to make money, and this goes all the way back to 1924, which is crazy. So you can see 2023 was clearly the year to buy, when Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 16,000. People were bearish. People weren't talking about it, pretty much slamming it again. And then here you can see we're going to hit this midpoint again around 2026. And that pretty much lines up with the end of 2025 about where we should get out of Bitcoin. It'll taper back down until 2032. And this is probably another good point to accumulate. So I think as we move down the line here to 2035 and higher, we're going to hit into the millions on Bitcoin. There's no doubt about it on my end. But right now, I think we will see a pullback into that 85,000 range. If it does break this trend line here in this fib level, we could even see it drop down to this huge resistance line down here. You'll notice there's a big resistance level here. So I'd be looking somewhere around the 75,000 range as well. Those are prices I'm looking to accumulate at more. We've just been seeing a bloodbath today. As we can see with ETH as well and Sol, I drew these fib lines a while back now. But you can see here, it hit perfectly with that 0.382. And the only reason I drew this line was because I saw we had a chotch here. So change of character, if you guys don't know about it. So usually after we see that, we'll see it taper back up into this even fair value gap here. So I should put that on actually. So yeah, it hit right at that fair value gap. And then now it's just tanking back down. So once again, usually I see it go back down to either this one level, which there's a lot of resistance around here. But if it's a pretty hard hit, we could even hit this 1.272 level. But like I said, there's a lot of resistance in this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do a double bottom here and then just go all the way back up. Same with Sol. We saw that change of structure here. It went right back into that fair value gap. So as we saw right here, and then it just is going to taper back down. Once again, I've seen a lot of times it'll hit this resistance level again, which is a likely possibility at this 175.54, which is probably where I'll be looking to buy again. And then go all the way on its way back up to the end of the cycle, or probably around March, April, we'll hit another high point and then I'll taper back down because summer, not a lot of people are trading. And then it'll taper back up again to the end of the cycle of October. The other thing I forgot to mention, if you guys don't know the moon phases here, but this popped up a while ago for me and there was actually the dark moon here means sell signal, and this moon here means a buy signal, right? So it's doing a resistance thing here, but you'll notice it timed that perfectly right here on this resistance level. It's everywhere once again, just because that's what it does at resistance levels. But really, if we go to the weekly chart even, so we can see we haven't seen a sell signal here yet, which is why I think we'll probably just hit this 85,000 mark and then probably push on back up. Probably going for that 124,000. This is an uptrend, so I wouldn't expect anything yet. But on the daily, we can definitely see we had some major sell signals here. So I do believe this is a higher low and we are going to fall back down. Will it hit 85,000? I guess we'll see. There is also this big resistance area to watch out for. So I would pay attention to this area as well, around the 75,000 range. So that's just a general quick analysis with Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know, and we will talk again soon. Thanks.